Did you ever
leading
wonder
edge
how
of
Market Brew was
SEO
invented?
technology. And the reason why is that we're a team of search engineers. So just like the same ones at Google, we build search engines. And the idea back in 2006 was we saw Google eventually becoming very complex and more of like a black box. And when that became a vision, we said, well, why don't we come up with a search engine to show digital marketers how a real search engine works? So this was the whole idea of Market Brew. We fine-tuned our model through the years because we always had a control group of algorithms that we knew worked the same as what we saw in Google. And then, if Google came up with a new algorithm like Panda or Penguin, we would try 2 or 3 different versions of that and figure out which one worked and then introduce that into our model. And so this worked pretty good up until about 2012. We had over 64,000 customers at that point. This is about the time where we relocated the company out to Palo Alto, figured out that we could take this genetic algorithm called particle swarm optimization and combine it with this approach, the search engine modeling approach. And effectively what it did is it took this sort of, think of it as like a generic Google container, this model that has all the different components and algorithms that are modeled inside of a modern search engine. And it figured out a way to, within a very short amount of time, like around 10 minutes, it can run through all of these combinations such that our search results behave the same as the target search engine that we're pointing it at. So you'll see an example of like today where we just picked a few search results, and what it does there is it just looks at all the landing pages in the search result. It crawls all those sites. It builds an entire structure of the internet around all the sites in this neighborhood of the internet. And then based off of that, it can run through this calibration and figure out what is the recipe of algorithms. Essentially, think of this as like a mixing board, and you've got all these different sliders, and each channel is a different algorithm. So that algorithm can either be boosted internally from what we have set in our systems internally, or it can be zeroed out, right? So it could either promote it or demote it. And so when we call these search engine models ranking blueprints.